How did a BA student turn into a programmer, started teaching about machine learning, got into freelancing, and started marketing agency, started doing podcast, and built an offline business which makes six figures a month?
My dad is still unclear what I do right now as well.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
What are the things that you are doing currently?
I'm building a mobile application called Telemate. It's a peer-to-peer delivery app.
Have you ever felt that why am I doing this and thinking about the future, how it's gonna be?
Many times. Like,
If an 18-year-old is watching this, what is your roadmap for him to make some amount of money?
there are a lot of guys here. They have a lot of friends. They don't know nothing. They can eat, sleep. That's it. Okay. Here also there is an opportunity.
Tarakram, if you can summarize who are you and what are you doing currently, that would be great.
Yeah, if I just have to summarize in few words, which means curious and often weird kid, I would say, who just want to experiment with a lot of things, lot of ideas. Apart from the professional, like what you can see over LinkedIn or my website, I think I'm more sort of funny, and the people other side of the screen know, the only the close people know me very well than the other people. So that's how it's me. I just have to summarize one thing, then maybe a curious kid.
And what are the things that you are doing currently?
uh, I do podcasts like you whenever I feel like doing it, and something like intellectual curiosity that I have. I never did for like views or something, like I just need to do it. If I like to have a conversation with someone, I'll just do it. It's not like even if you see my watch my podcast, they are not like very consistent. Sometimes I do podcasts after 3 months or after 4 months. So whenever I'm in work, whenever I don't feel like maybe having a conversation, I don't want to talk, then I don't do it. So when it comes to work, I'm full time on. I'm building a mobile application called Telemate. It's a peer-to-peer delivery app. We launched it recently, and we got some traction. And yeah, I'm full time on it. On weekdays, on Saturday and Sunday I mostly create content and shoot podcasts or the videos that I just want to do it, and work on my curious ideas that I have. So that's how I like all my week goes.
Now, when I looked into your LinkedIn profile, I've seen you are from
Hmm.
BA English. Your background is on BA English. How did a BA student turn into a programmer, started teaching about machine learning, got into freelancing, and started marketing agency and email marketing, and started doing podcast, and now building Delimate and built an offline business which makes six figures a month? Walk me through that experience.
It's a bit like I was like I told you right before, like I love experimenting and seeing like what is working, what is not working, even with the people, even with the ideas that I have. So I had this feeling, okay, I put an age of 25. Before 25, I want to experiment everything that I can, so that I can have that idea, so that I can go full time, or I can just full focusly full all in after 25. So before 25 I have that limit, so I just tried experimented everything. So at first I'm a great fan of Justin Bieber, so I used to listen a lot of songs to him. I even bought a guitar. I know how to play guitar as well. So I thought, okay, I thought being a writer as well as a singer. My voice is not that much good, and I'm a very introvert
Who
kind of
said
guy.
that?
I can't.
Who said that
So
your voice
yeah,
is not
really,
good?
really, a lot of people said. So I
Oh,
was like an introverted
surprisingly.
guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
At what age this was?
I was like, sorry,
At what
at
age this was going on?
age 17. 17, 17 to 18, I think. Yeah. So I was in intermediate last year or something like that. So I thought, I really love writing. Even I do, like, I have a lot of books here. Like, I write my diary every day. I wrote my notes. So I love writing. That's one of the habit that's been coming here since like, been there. So I don't know, maybe I think I love really physics. Even I do now, I read a lot of books in physics and listen to the podcast. Maybe something, the fear of 1B and 2B pushed me from taking the science groups into arts. Then I thought, maybe let's give it a shot. I was the only guy in my entire village, not even entire village, maybe surrounding areas, my entire villages. I was the only guy who scored some good marks in intermediate, took a BA.
Okay.
And even my lot of relatives, even my dad said, I don't know, like, నువ్వు బిఏ చేసి బీడ్ కట్టు పెడతావా, సంథింగ్ ఇస్ దేర్. ఓకే, there is some
Okay.
uh, okay.
Some.
So yeah,
Okay.
they used to like, a lot of people said me, like, why you doing BA, like the course is stopped at yeah, a lot of people. uh, like, my dad is still unclear what I do right now as well. So he's still unclear, no one knows what I do. So after that, I bought my laptop at the final year of my graduation. And that's the era where AI is coming. So even ChatGPT 3 is not out there, but I started playing with the APIs there. So I started learning machine learning data, like, playing with the data. You can get all those graphs and everything, right?
Mhm.
So there, new libraries, new sort of models came in. So that's where internet is there. And that's where I just got that curiosity, and I just thought, okay, just learn this. It might help or not, I don't know what I'm going to do after BA. I thought of going to masters. And I got into UMBC, and I got some good scholarship as well. But at the date of the interview,
What is that?
I decided not to go. UMBC,
What is
I
that?
got a, sorry,
What is UMBC? I don't know that.
University. Okay, it's a university. It's a
Okay.
university, Baltimore
Okay.
something. The University of Baltimore country, UMBC. It's in Michigan, I think. I don't remember the states. It's been a while.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
I got that. And like, it's like, tomorrow is the interview, my visa interview, everything is got, but I didn't attempt it because I know that's not where I just want to go. So like, here is the tip, like, everyone, see, if I want to make a decision, what I do is,
Okay.
I just close my laptop, I just close my mobile, everything. I just take my pencil or pen on paper, and I write what's the best case that can happen, what's the worst case that can happen, and what are the inputs that I need to give in order to make the best, in order to be the worst. Then based on that, I make the decision.
Great habit, man.
Yeah. So at that time, it pushed me that, US is a not good option at this stage, at my point of view. Then I stopped it. I didn't give my interview, so it's gone. My fee, everything is gone. Then okay,
Okay.
then I need to start. Okay, then I need to, what I need to do. So since I learned machine learning and I did some courses, so I thought, okay, maybe let's teach machine learning. So I did a course, and even I sent to free code camp, and they even appreciated me for doing a course. And after that, I got some few internships opportunities from international startups in UK, US. And also I started like doing freelancing and like trying to experiment everything. Okay, it's not like, it's a pre-planned, or like someone said to me. I thought,
Okay.
okay, one of my friend knows marketing, and we started a marketing agency. And I did a freelance projects. So I love connecting people, and everything is done, is everything is like, doing from my village itself with a laptop. And with a, we don't have any Wi-Fi, we don't even have a Wi-Fi, we have that AP fiber net, that that our CM has
Okay.
kept you. So everything is done there. So then after that, We started Delhi Mate, and I moved to Hyderabad for a while, and we started a small business here. And in 3 months, like we're having some good revenue.
Hmm.
And recently,
What business
maybe
it was?
it is related to Korea. Since I've been into like Delhi Made, so it's related to Korea thing. And yeah, like it's good. It's good. Like we got some, like I exited few months back because I just want to be full time on the app that I was building, so I exited. Then after that, I think yeah, I often love to share the thoughts that I have. So I like I wrote some blogs and maybe start creating some contents, and that's how the life is right now. So it is going in a good. I feel like it's going in some direction that I want to experience.
Hmm. Have you ever thought, have you ever been in a situation where you sit down ideally, retrospecting the things that you have gone through life, a lot of different changes in life? Have you ever felt that why am I doing this, and thinking about the future, how it's gonna be? Have you ever felt that?
Many times, like I get that once in a week. Even yeah,
Okay.
like few 3 hours back I just got that. I just wrote like whatever that comes to my mind. So as I told you, right, so I use an app called Free Write, so and sometimes Notion as well, or sometimes notes, whenever like I just keep my notes everywhere. So whenever like I had a feeling or something like that, I just write it down. Okay, just whatever that comes to me. Okay, so like how I think is like we have a very limited amount of time on this planet Earth. Most probably, if you are very optimistic and if you are very lucky, healthy, if you don't have any smoking and drinking habits, hopefully you might live 85 years. That's it. That's the lifespan. Even though people say, even scientists say that biohacking and AI could drug discovery can increase your age, but I don't know if that happens or not, but yeah, the idealistic age is 80 years, and 20 years are gone now. And after 60, I don't feel like I have that energy. I don't feel like I don't have that like momentum and everything to work hard. So if I remove this 20 years and if I remove that another 20 years after 60, I only have 40 years left. Right, in that 40 years now, 3 years are completed right now for me. Like I just turned 23, 23 last month, exactly 11th. So I only have 37 years left where I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of places that I need to travel, a lot of people that I need to meet, and I have very limited time. Even if I have like if I just work hard and if I acquire all the materialistic goals that I have, and don't don't think about of myself and my experiencing, and just do everything, and maybe after 50, if I start living on my own self, there I don't have that energy, I don't have that feeling. So that's why even though like I don't really work more than 3 to 4 hours a day, so
Acha?
I just, yeah,
Hmm.
so I keep prioritizing. I always love to read books and learn something new, and from that, yeah, I just keep sitting idle for a lot of times, and I just think a lot about what is life, what is purpose of this life.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's how I spend.
You know what, Tarak? You said that our lifespan is 80. I mean, optimistically.
Very
Optimistically, we
optimistic,
have
yeah.
an very optimistically we have a lifespan of 85 years. 20 years is gone through not knowing what we are doing because of the Indian schooling and Indian college system.
Yeah,
Then after that, after 60 or 50, we won't be able to work on the things that we want to work on. Unfortunately, our body doesn't cooperate with our mind and cooperate with the things that we
yeah,
wanted to do. And half of our life we spend our life sleeping, and another half of our life we spend more amount of time just to fulfill our needs, maybe materialistic needs, I say. And
yeah.
recently I was thinking about the meaning of life, Tarak. I've never thought about it. Recently, I got a stable job which pays me well enough for my basic needs. Then after that, I started thinking about what is life. I was in a situation that I was working 10 hours a day for myself and my company's thing as well. Even before joining my company, I was working like crazy, like 14 hours a day or 12 hours a day. Then one day, recently in Dasara holidays, there was this big question in my mind: what is the purpose of life? Then I gone to Naval's Ravikant podcast. I listen to every single day while I'm sleeping. Then it just hit me the purpose of life is just being happy, working on yourself, and bettering yourself every single day. Then I thought, if the meaning of life is happy, why don't I do the things that make me happy? Then I just
Hmm.
prioritize being happy. There was this podcast that I also listening to, uh, Tim Ferriss podcast on modern wisdom. You know that guy, Tim Ferriss?
I know it.
Yeah. I was going through that guy's book as well, 4 hour working, and it just turned my perspectives about the working hours that I'm spending. Now I'm very, choosy about my working hours. That literally changed my perspective about working hours and purpose of life, man. What is your perspective about what is the meaning of life? Since we follow both Naval Ravikant and read a lot of books.
Yeah, I think yeah,
Yeah.
novel like I've learned a lot about like from Naval Ravikant like books or like the podcast that he did. Like you can just go through his website. There are hundreds of podcast writings he has wrote. So one thing I have learned is from Naval, I would say, is how to take it in your point of view. Okay, so everything you see is a perspective. Okay, it's not real. It's the perspective of the other person who is saying. Okay, I said before that my voice is not good enough to like sing. So it's my perspective. But
Yeah.
for you, as you said, okay, it's not maybe true for you, but maybe for my voice is good for you. But for at that time, I thought my voice is not good enough to sing, and it's a perspective. And I think I kept keeping telling myself every time when I was having a hard times or like my when my brain is not feeling well, I keep to myself like the chance of me being alive is like 1 in 400 trillion. Okay, I don't know how many zeros are there in 400 trillion. So that's the chance of me being alive in this entire universe. So it's like vast universe here, and there are like billions of planets. And even if the Earth's like gratitude is latitude just moves a bit, moves up or even like 1 centimeters can like had a huge difference. So that how that lucky we are to be alive on this planet Earth, and we have very limited time. So we just need to make sure that we enjoy and collect as many memories as we can and leave this world. So the meaning, I think, for the meaning of the life, I even ask like a lot of questions like this, even though like most of them I don't even have the answers. Like I used to think like this: okay, what's the meaning of the life? Like what's the purpose? Like why I was maybe sitting here, maybe talking to you? Why exactly there are billions of planets? Why only exist on this planet Earth? Or why I'm sitting in this single room, right? So I always have these questions, and yeah, like there are I haven't find any answers yet. Maybe I don't know if I can able to find or not. But yeah, it's always ask. It's always good to ask questions, because maybe that might you might have some random thought that might help you to get your satisfaction of intellectual curiosity. But yeah, like for me, I would say the meaning of the life, I told you, right? So there is no particular meaning exactly like what you should do or everyone should do. Maybe like find out what you love, and collect always remember you have a limited time on this planet Earth, and don't be very serious and don't take life so seriously. Live, collect more memories, and before you died, like that day before you're going to die, maybe I think you should collect all the memories that you have been gone through and everything. So yeah, that's what I feel like.
Mhm. That's nice, man. And I was also listening to this one man who is very famous for his controversial statements. Uh, by any chance, do you know Ram Gopal Verma and his podcast Ramuism?
Yeah, I think I watched one or two, but yeah, I'm not into very much. But yeah, very
Okay,
few. I haven't watched full podcast. Maybe I watched like 20
okay,
to 30 minutes. That's it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
He's
I know I
kind,
follow I follow the guy.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he literally changed my life in a very broad way. I watched his entire podcast series, Ramuism, and he was the only guy in Telugu, I think, talking about philosophy and objectivism and things. Most of the things that Naval talks align with what Ram Gopal Verma says. That the thing that I have observed in both of the people. And there is this guy director called Sandeep Reddy Vanga. Do you know any of? Do you know him by any chance? He's also, I mean, great. He has a great philosophy. Yeah, even he has a great philosophy. I mean, in terms of perspective about life and perspective about the things. I mean, these are the guys who are, when I'm experiencing something in life, I'll turn on their videos and watch their perspective. Yeah. What are your go-to guys when you are stuck in life and you watch every single day the words from them apart from Naval Ravikant?
I think before novel, like even I treat now as well, like every day. I would say that Jim Rohn, I consider him as a teacher, even though he's not alive. I read every book that he wrote. I listened to every lecture he has given. Even I started writing a book on him, just like the Almanac of Naval. I just thought to write a book on Jim Rohn, and I stopped it in the middle because I wasn't have that kind of still the exposure and the kind of the confidence that I need to write about a person who I never met or I never he's not alive, he's dead. So maybe I don't know when I start again, but yeah, I'll make sure I'll complete that book one day. So yeah, I would say Jim Rohn is a guy where I look into deep novel, and I think other man's, that's it. And yeah, that's it. uh, if I'm going through tough times, or if I'm just having a little bit of messy in my head, what I do is I write every thought that comes to my mind, or maybe on paper on my laptop, and read again in another perspective. If Tarak is not here, okay, someone is reading about Tarak. Okay, even when I write my diary, okay, I don't feel like I was writing, and it's not like that. So I write is, let's do this, Tarak. Okay, Tarak, you had this very feeling. So I was talking to a person named Tarak, even in my diary, even in my, like, whatever the notes that I wrote. So that's where, like, you might experience a different perspective. Like most of the people, it don't work, but yeah, it works for me. So whenever I was going through messy times, anything, I'll just write it down, and maybe after a few days or after few hours, I'll get back to this. Maybe I find a solution, or that's it. Maybe, like, since I read books, maybe that might help.
Mm-hmm. Great thing to know. Even I started that writing my feelings down when I'm feeling something, even when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm depressed, when I'm enthusiastic. I started writing something because I was on this project of writing a book about a love story. Not a love story, actually, it was all genres mixed. and uh, I just wanted that book just come out of my feelings because I want to express my feelings in that book. I'll explain the story off the record of the pod, off the record. Uh, yeah, that's I feel something that if we don't write the feelings that we had, they just vanish. I mean, that's what I think. I feel that is very very. I'm unable to put that correctly. The thought that is running in my brain.
I think since you mentioned about relationship, I just finished this book. It was I ever enough. The book name is
Okay.
okay. So I just completed this. It's kind of some love stories never leaves and never scars, not endings. What is this? Yeah, some love stories leave scars, not endings. So it's something like a broke up story. So someone on Instagram, I saw a comment saying that okay, it's really good. So I bought it and read it. Today I finished that book. It's good. So yeah, he wrote all his feelings there, like whatever that comes to his mind. Maybe yeah, you can do the same if you're writing a book.
And another thing that I had in my mind when I'm researching about you was you host a podcast just like me, but you interview people who are YC backed founders and great people like John Jandal. I don't know when pronouncing it good or not, but Jan is the right word, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it's like John Die.
yeah, John
Yeah.
Dye. Yeah. So, how do you approach them? I'll tell you why I'm asking this. Just in the morning, I have recorded a video about how can you start your own podcast. Maybe for a student, for a working professional, with zero budget, or like this that we are doing right now. So in that, I felt that, and there is a research backed as well. 90% of the podcast shows fail to be consistent after uploading 50 episodes because they were unable to bring the guest for the podcast.
Mhm.
So if someone is watching, how can they approach people and get top people for their podcast?
Okay, so I'm not very expert in this, but I just tell my point of view. Okay, so never do the podcast or never record the videos just for video sake. So if you truly want to have a deep conversation with the guy or the thing, like the guy that you are reaching out, so first do your homework, which means research about this guy and find out what he likes, what he doesn't like, what how he thinks, like when you read his post you can get that, and based on that maybe reach out, maybe ask some curious questions to get, and like how I reach is like, yeah, like whenever I find something new or something I just reach out. Sometimes I don't even follow up, so I do forget. So I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
I just reach out one time and yeah, I'll just say what that comes to mind. Maybe whenever I read a post, maybe something you wrote something about maybe startups, I read a post and maybe I just comment down, or maybe just do a LinkedIn DM or email. I read this post, and even I looked your profile, it felt me so interesting. I often have conversations, or I often have deep conversation with the people like you who are doing something great or something like that. Then I'll hit send. That's it. If you're interested, let me know. I don't really call it as a podcast. I would say it's like a deep conversation, having some curious questions answered. That's it. So that's how, like yeah. Emails works for YC founders or someone. You can find all the emails online, and yeah, you can just reach out to them. Maybe research about their startup and research about their competitors, and see okay why exactly this doing, and maybe if you have some more followers, maybe you can just tell them. Okay, you can just get some exposure. But yeah, all these things won't matter until you have that deep sense of that doing something, having a deep conversation. If you don't feel like, if you don't feel like, some people don't come show up and everything that. So why the most people never do the podcast, like after 3 podcasts, 5 podcasts, they just like, stop, is not because of, they're not getting the guests, because they lost that interest. They thought they are doing the podcast for the podcast sake, not having a conversation, not having the, like, sense of knowing that intellectual curiosity. So that's how, like, whenever you feel like, then only do it. You don't have to be like, have to do 5 podcasts, 6 podcasts a month. Maybe do once a month. It's your space. It's your, like, whenever you're free, whenever you feel like having a conversation, just have it. Until and unless you are full time. So if you are full time, then if you are full time onto this, then you have to earn income. So you need to figure it out how you can do this. But for me, even for you as well, like, it's like a part time. It's like whenever you're free, whenever you find it interesting, we'll just have a conversation. So that's how it started. How I started is, okay, back then, I think most of my network is like 70% is from international, and I used to talk with a lot of people internationally. And one day we were having a really good talk. He hired, I was very active on Discord back then. I used to do freelancing, and even if you
What kind of
even if you,
freelancing?
it's about marketing, it's about building some small projects,
Mm-hmm.
it's about email marketing, so a lot of things, I would say. So I just experimented a lot. So even if you observe my English, it's a bit mixed of Indian accent and like, American accent. So it's like that. And one random guy, I think he hired from Apple, Spotify, even Netflix. He started a startup, raised $15 million. And I was just having a conversation with him, like, it's not recorded. Then he told me, I just asked genuine questions, okay, why you did this, or what happens, like, if you did this, what are the questions that you hide, like, why you hide, you raise 15 millions, and he shut down his startup. Okay, then after the meeting, maybe he said, okay, maybe you can start podcasting, because you really ask some genuine questions. So then I thought of it, then maybe, okay, let's start. So I just started with the face cam that I have, Google Meet, not this Riverside or anything. So Google Meet and screen record. Then I just started something like that. And so I never forced anything. So whenever I feel like, I just do it. Maybe I'm trying to get into some sort of consistency, maybe 1 podcast a month. But I just need to see it, how far that goes.
Yeah. Even I'm learning a lot. That the thing that you have said knocked my past self. I didn't follow up the guest that I wanted to bring, but now I'm very very consistent about emailing to people, emailing to my guest consistently. I have a list of people written down. You are one among them, and I consistently follow up on you. And now we are here talking to each other. Yeah, that's what I have learned. Being consistent, and when you're talking, no, I see now pure Naval Ravikant fanboy because he also says this, right? Now do the things when you are super super curious about, because when you delay it, the curiosity dies and you never want to do that.
Yeah, it's true actually. I experienced a lot. Okay, so whenever I got an idea, I do some a bit small research, then I immediately buy the domain. Okay, so right now I have 15 domains, which means I have 15 ideas where I can work on them. Okay, so whenever I feel like working, maybe mostly Saturday and Sunday, because on work days I don't even think about it, because my mood shifts. So on Saturday and Sunday, if something feels like working, then I just dump everything to it. So I had this idea, like, I write my diary a lot, like every day. So while I was traveling, it's so hard for me to write the diary while I was traveling in bus or train. So what I thought is, why not create a virtual diary? Just like feels like exactly how a physical diary into virtual diary. So I had this idea way before. Then I built the app. I built the Mac OS app. I never built any app. Now my Mac OS app. Then now I have it. I never made it public till now, but I have it. I use it.
Yeah, I'll be the first one to get the subscription for that. I even commented on your post also,
Is it?
if you
Maybe
remember
I
that.
haven't checked it. Yeah, maybe I checked it.
Yeah, yeah. So, Tarak, you made an interesting perspective about productivity. The minute you said, I work only 4 hours a day, triggered my brain. Can you talk about your perspective on productivity?
I think uh, productive back then I was the same guy who used to work like 12 hours, 14 hours. I just I had this book where it is. It's like Make Time. Okay, so it's a really good book. While I was reading this, there is a quote which I really love. He just like it's kind of story. A father, he opened his mobile and until night he was just replying. He was like responding to the emails, like 200 emails that he got. So at the end of the day, he feels like it is not very productive. You're just maybe like prioritizing others people response. That's it. Okay, you just maybe you just called me, maybe I got a call now, I just simply ignore. Okay, so after like one guy called me 3 times before, like maybe 2 hours back, I haven't even replied to him. So it's like prioritizing your time that you have, and exactly you should know what exactly you need to do. So if let's imagine, maybe if you give me an example, then I can tell you.
Uh, let's say, okay, how to decide what is important for that minute.
Okay,
Let's say, let's take it
that's good,
your case.
that's good.
You said
Yeah,
that, yeah.
that's good. Okay, so you always keep asking this question, what exactly I was doing with the time right now. Simple. Either you study, means either you learn something, either you build or work something, either you relax. Whatever the way that you be. Learning might be reading books, watching podcasts, or any educational content, anything. Maybe working, maybe doing maybe like coding or anything doing related to the work, and maybe relaxing, maybe sometimes watching reels, or sometimes sleeping, watching movies, and anything. Other than that, I don't think so, like people don't do much. So you just need to question, okay, what exactly I was doing with the time right now. So if you just think it, you don't need to like judge yourself as well. Okay, you can just write what I was doing. So one day I wrote, okay, I just woke up at 9 a.m, then like I had a breakfast, I did some few body stretches, then I started work, then I watched the movie, something like I wrote from the morning till the end of the day, that whenever I sleep. Then I thought there are a lot of useless things that I was doing which doesn't make sense. Okay, doesn't make sense means it doesn't move towards my goal or something like that. So which means we can't consider these as a work. Okay, you might say, okay, I'll work like you said, like you work like 10 hours a day. Okay, just write it down. Okay, you're starting from 10 a.m to 10 p.m, or let's say 10 hours, 8 p.m. So in that 1 hour lunch is gone. Work means like whenever you put in your mind exactly, without thinking, without any distractions, and just working it. That's it. So you just keep, whenever you are productive, sometimes just note those points and feel like whatever the creative task that you have, just try to do that task at that time. And that's how, like we get the most ROI from the time that we have. And try to free up your time as well. Don't say yes to everything, so that whenever whatever the free time that you have, like if you have a lot of free time, then you can think of more ideas, you can plan your ways. If you don't have time to think what's going on in your life, then you don't can't sit and redesign your life for your next 2 or 3 years. Okay, so always free up your time, until and unless, like if you have some basic needs, as you told, you have some basic needs, and always free up your time, and just sit. Maybe you might work like productively 4 to 5 hours, no more than like 4 to 5 hours a day. then you just start pretending something, just my screen time would be like more than 10 hours a day, but I don't work like 10 hours. Okay, so it's something like that. So free up your time, don't say to yes. Then maybe whenever some random idea, some random thought, some random connection, some random collaboration might change your entire trajectory of your life. So that's it.
Yeah.
Like productivity, in I just say one or two or three words. That's I'd say productivity means do what you are doing intentionally, which means moving the needle. You might work 10 hours, but that nothing matters because you truly know that what really matters to move the needle. Just do it.
Yeah. In that case, I'm just most of the time pretending to be work, not doing actual the work.
Yeah, most of the people, like even me, most of the hours I told you, right? My screen time would be like 8 to 10, even 12, but I don't work 12 hours. Okay, I work like for 3 to 4 max. Then sometimes I just open, maybe sometimes I message, sometimes watch videos, sometimes I just open the laptop and just think, but the screen time counts. So that all matters. But yeah, 3 to 4 hours max.
Hmm. Tarak, what is your perspective about money?
Money is good, I would say. Having a money is really good. And yeah, it should be limit, until you become the person that you can manage that amount of money, you can't really get that money. Maybe I can repeat, maybe say in simple words. Okay, uh, if you are not a person can't handle $1 million, you won't get $1 million. Even if you get, you will lose them.
Man.
It's like it's like it's it's not what you get, it's like what you become. If you can't handle $1 million, there is no way that you can. Even if you get, you will just lose them. Okay, I just asked one random question that I had to my village, folks that day. Okay, what if I give you 10 lakhs, what you do in the same day? Today I'll give you 10 lakhs, what you do? So he said, I'll buy bike worth of 2.5 lakhs, and I'll just drink. I just do all the crazy stuff, and within 1 month all the 10 lakhs gone, right? So if you ask me what I do with the 10 lakhs, I have a different answer.
Yeah.
Even I had this same thought. Okay, so a lot of people who started even after me, having some, they are in international, so their perspective, their environment is different. Okay, they're earning some good money. So sometimes I had this, whenever I was having a hard time. Okay, what exactly, what's different between them and me? And I kept this question. Maybe I was not that, still yet not that person where I can handle that amount of money, maybe handling in crores. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe, okay, I need to have that bigger picture in my mind. So until you become that person, you can't really have it. Even if you had it, you will lose it definitely.
Man, great perspective, man. Let's say if an 18-year-old is watching this and he's not making any money to
Mhm.
fill his to fulfill his basic needs, maybe college fee, what is your roadmap for him to make some amount of money?
Okay, so there are a lot of ways, you can make money, but like you just need to make a money where it should have scalability and leverage. Okay, so let's talk about basic things. Let's forget about leverage and everything because it's a student thing and they just need to pay some college fees and everything. Okay, so if you are a student, so ask these three questions. Okay, first, okay, what I'm good at, first thing. So you just ask this question, what I'm good at. So you write your skills. Maybe you're good at video editing, you might good at coding, you might good at maybe hosting, collaborations, or you might good at something. Okay, just write whatever the things that you're good at, maybe swimming, maybe something, some random things. Then on the second questions, who can pay me these skills? Okay, Okay, if I'm a video editor,
Okay.
okay, I need content creators. I just write down content creators. If I'm a, maybe like a, if I love gym, maybe I can just train people, maybe I just write fatty people. Or if something like I know how to code, then I look like, you know, freelancers, or like whatever the, like we call it ICP, ideal customer profile, where we can call it as now ideal customer client profile, where you getting paid. And the third thing is how you can get them. So who, where they spend most of the time, and how do you get them. So let's imagine what we can do. Okay, if I want to sell the gym supplements, okay,
Okay. Okay.
so my main gym supplements, if my ICP, my ideal client profile, is spending most of the time either in gym or either in the, like, you know, jogging, the things like parks and everywhere. So these are the places that they spend most of the time. So I should be at their time, I should be at that space, or like, you know, place that I was been going there. And I just need to show up and maybe ask, like, you know, if you are looking for like gym supplements or not. That's how. And maybe if you don't have skills, okay, let's take this scenario. Okay, I don't have any skills, I don't know nothing. Okay, I don't know nothing, I just eat and sleep, I don't know nothing. But I have a lot of friends. Okay, there are a lot of guys here where they have a lot of friends, they don't know nothing, they can eat, sleep, that's it. Okay, here also there is an opportunity where yeah, they just watch reels or anything like that. So here also there is an opportunity where there might be one guy in your network who knows something. Okay, so find that guy, convince that guy. Okay, at that time, I don't know much about marketing, so I have one friend and I have the client. I don't know nothing about marketing, so I just connected these two. I'm in the middle of the platform. Okay, and I earn the money, I cut the share, I give it to my friend. So that's how, like, it's all about communication and like, you know, figuring out what you need to do, who are the people that you need to bring in, what kind of language that you need to speak. It's like, it's all are like, you know, common sense, I would say.
Mm.
So that's how you can start.
Common
So
sense is
18
a
year old,
great word. Yeah.
yeah, if I was 18 years old, then maybe I don't have any skills. What I do is, first I'll find who are doing really good in my college. Maybe he's good at coding. I'll just ask all the friends, all the people that I know. Okay, are you good at video editing? Okay, are you good at coding? He builds some projects, show me the projects. Okay, I'll just note down. Video editor, okay, I'll just, okay, he's doing some b-rolls, he's just doing some stack images, everything. Okay, I'll just note down. Then I have the list of clients, I have that ICP. I'll just try to connect these two. I'll be the middle person, and I'll just connect these.
But the question is, how do you find the clients, the pool of clients that they can pay?
Okay, so that they can pay, it depends upon you. It depends upon how you talk. Okay, so I got one client. He paid me around I think 1200 and it's like, yeah, 12 to 1300. It's like 1 lakh, around 8,000 or 10,000 credited into my account. So it's a simple project. It's a like, you know, some sort of chatbot. Okay, and I even build it. One of my friend built it. Okay, I paid him around, I think, 25 or 30,000. That's it. It's just like 2 days work for him and 2 days work for me, like, you know, talking and having the conversation, and that's it. Within just 1 week, we just got like 1 lakh, more than 1 lakh, I would say. You can ask me, okay, how you can get the clients. So you just need to try again, you just need to try, you just need to show up every day, show up in the right places. Okay, you can't really find the gym guys in somewhere in, like, you know, bakeries or something, that they don't eat that junk food. You will find them in the gyms and in the parks who are doing exercise. So you just need to be in this space, and one day someone will show up to you. You just have to be genuine, and you just have to be true to yourself. That's it.
Man, when I asked this question, how can an 18-year-old make money? I thought that you may say learn programming or learn video editing and stuff, but it gave me a new perspective about making money.
No, you said like, if someone don't have any skills or something like that, then yeah. But if you know the coding, I think this is the best time. Everyone who knows coding, maybe if whoever watching this video, everyone who knows coding, this is the best time to earn money. Now people are building MVPs like, the Bolt, Lovable, everyone is building some MVPs and they're getting some MRR, which means like monthly recurring revenue. They're getting $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. If you just go Twitter, just search on Lovable and go to the feed, you'll get hundreds of projects. They are making some money, and you can just go through that project. And if you are good at coding, you can just go through there, like, you can just inspect it, and there are some super, like, super base or like database, like they got leaked because it's not very safe, and you can just take all the notes of it and send the email to that founder saying that, okay, I have found all these, I want you to fix it, or I can fix it at this price, my hourly rate is this, or I can fix at this $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. This is very, very serious problem. And he will also do it, he will also Google it. Okay, he will also know the problem, this is a serious problem. And if you are really good at coding and if you can build this thing, I think this is the best time. You can make a really good amount of money.
Man, I know this man. His name is Gautam, and he is currently a 20-year-old guy. When he was 16 or 17, when he was studying intermediate, he know hacking and stuff. He is very good at hacking things around, and he learned about blockchain and stuff when I was very young, like 15-year-old. At 17 or 16, he went to a code base and gone through the code, and there was a serious issue where there could be a bug which can leak the entire private keys, and someone can loot all the money in that blockchain. And he just texted the CEO of that company, and he got into a meeting, and he fixed that bug within a span of 1 week, and goddamn, he got a job at 17 years.
I've seen many people like this where if you know it, okay, we need, like, as like, I'm a co-founder of some startup, so we need really good people. Okay, been searching for the people. Okay, so if you are really good, and there are a lot of opportunities out there. So you might say, even like, whenever I made videos, people, I might even saying that, Accenture, some big companies will cut 15,000 jobs, 50,000 jobs or something like that. But the reality is, okay, they have cut because they are not upgrading it. That's the problem. And if you are skilled enough and if you can replace two people, and definitely they will take you. You just need to know exactly like what are the skills that are needed, and like, just go for it. And like, I even, like, a lot of students ask me that, like, just give me some sort of, what I need to do, what I need to learn. I need to learn whether Python, I need to learn whether Java, something like that. So I often tell a small story for everyone. Maybe, like, since we have time, I think it's better to tell here as well. So
Yeah, we have a lot of time.
yeah, so
you can go on like hours.
So I think the story that kept, like, I just made up this story, okay, and never read somewhere else. When I was writing, I thought this story. So there are like four guys. Okay, one is walking, one is on cycling, one is on car, and one is on hiking, like going. So everyone is at different ways, which means one might join MPC, one might join BPC, one might have an HCC or BTech, CSC, IT, mechanical, ECE, whatever the course. Okay, so people think they spend most of the time, like, what they need to do, how they need to run, how they need to cycle so fast, how fast I need to go on the car. Okay, they just focus more on the vehicle. Okay, where I get the petrol, where I get all this stuff. But you need to decide where you want to go. Let's imagine if you want to go to hill, like, you just need to climb the hill. You can't go on bike, you can't go on car to the hill, you just need to hike. So if I give a suggestion saying that buy a car, you buy a car, but you can't go there to the hill on a car.
Yeah.
You got it, my
Mm.
perspective, what I'm saying. So if you want to like go on a highway, if you go on a highway, the car best, whatever the courses, whatever the Python, whatever the languages, everything is just a vehicle, but you just need to fix this, the goal. If it's a mountain, then it's completely different. You should walk. If it's something is a highway, then you need to go on a car. If it's something like a small roads, you just need to have a bike. So it depends upon where you want to go, what you want to become, and just reverse engineer that. It's so easy actually. Let's imagine if you want to be an AI developer, maybe full stack developer, any other thing. Go to LinkedIn, just type full stack developer, and you'll get top 10 profiles. List out top 10 profiles who are working in your dream companies, maybe Google, Meta, Netflix, OpenAI, XAI, any other company, and list out 10 profiles and note down all the skills that I have. Okay, number one guy, this John is John. Okay, he studied this course, he wrote this research papers, he has done this amount of experience and everything. Number two, Sophia. Okay, what she has done. Number three, some Starvey. So you'll get 10 people, 10 top people who are working in your dream companies, your role. Then maybe you now you have the AI, right? So you can just give these 10 profiles, all the skills, everything. Okay, at this stage, I'm starting BTech first year. I don't know nothing about anything. I don't even know how to open terminal in my laptop. Okay, this, you can treat me as a child. Then this is what I just want to do. These are the 10 profiles that I really like and been inspiration for these, and these are the companies that they're working. Go through these 10 profiles, tell me what exactly they did, tell me exactly what courses, what languages, what research papers that they read, what the experiences, how they got internship, everything, and you just guide me. Then it will go through all the profiles and it will give a beautiful report. I never tried it. I did it on my own when there is no AI, but now you can do with the help of AI. So that's how you just learn.
Nice, man. And talking about Delimate, Tarak, I have this thing in my mind. I wanted to ask you personally as well. So, when you have, I mean, our brain pops off a lot of different ideas when we see a lot of different problems, right, in our daily life. How to decide that this is one idea where I wanted to spend most amount of time. Like you spend Monday to Friday on your Delimate, right?
Yeah.
How to decide that idea that this is worth my time for the next 1 or 2 years?
Okay.
How
If
did
I
you
have to
decide?
be okay. So if I have to be honest, okay, be delusional. You just have to trust it will work out. Okay, that's the honest answer. Even if someone says something, okay, if you're working in startup, which means you are delusional, you are risking everything. That's the startup means, and you just have to give it your fully. Otherwise, it might work out or not. But yeah, like startup is risky. 98% of the startups fail in first 5 years. So it's completely risk, and you just have to trust it, and you just need to move forward. That's the thing. If you do it halfly, then both will fail.
Did you thought Delimate would get this much traction in the early days, and you
No.
just went like viral, right? I've seen your LinkedIn post, not LinkedIn post or Instagram. I've seen a Instagram post where they wrote this 20-year-old guy building this app to change the parcel delivery, and I just felt very good, and I just knew before Tarakram, and I just sent a text message to do a podcast with him. Then after a few months he just popped on my Instagram feed, and I just felt very very happy for him. Yeah. Did you
So
felt that
no,
yeah.
actually,
Mm.
I don't expect anything, even from the people, even from anything. Even I don't expect, okay, it will be successful or not. I'll just give my input and see if it's working or not. uh, yeah, that's it. I didn't expect it. that we get some traction, something like this. But yeah, like if we keep pushing it, I know that we'll get, but I don't have that number, something like this. So I don't expect the numbers or anything from anyone.
Mhm. Okay. How can someone become very good at communication skills? Like, I'm asking you because you have a very good accent, very good talking pace. How can someone learn to do that?
I think you was the first person to say this. Most people, I think, like most people comment down, like saying that I was like forcing myself to speak like this, but I don't know like how it came actually. So it's been there actually. I don't know like how this accent or how this speak, okay, it came naturally to me. So how to communicate really well? Okay, so I was a like freaking nerd guy. Okay, I don't talk to 80% of my classmates, don't know even I exist in the class. Okay, so I was very nerd. I was so introverted. So if I just have to tell myself to communicate well, then I think maybe since like I was talking about introverts, since we are so introvert, we can't really talk to in person. So what we can do is maybe we can just start with online chats. I don't know like if what is that video calling platform? I
Omegle.
forgot the name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can start something like something like those platforms, and you get some good people. And I don't know like it's been a while since I never used it, maybe years actually. So yeah, you can talk to them, or maybe if you have the laptop, or if you have mobile as well, maybe best to be in Discord, because a lot of passionate people are there, and spend most of the time on Twitter, which means X, than Instagram. So technically, even a small research that is not officially but unofficially did, like the people who use X is more having a high IQ than the people who use Instagram. So there are some best people out there on X, so you can learn from them. And yeah, just ask. Okay, so whenever you need something, when you just need to talk, you just need to improve your communication skills. So how you improve your communication skills? You might read books, you might watch hundreds of videos. It's like swimming. Until you get into the water, even though if you read hundreds of books how to swim better, how to breathe better, until you dig into the water, you can't really swim. So something like very similar to like a speaking. Until you speak, until you talk to the other person effectively, it won't come. So just try to speak as much as possible. And sometimes, like most of the time, I talk to myself a lot, at least 1 hour a day. I just talk to myself, like I don't know, like I just talk to myself, okay Tarak, what are you doing, like what is this? So it's I'm a like a different guy. So even when you're talking to yourself, okay, try to speak in English. And maybe, okay, one of the best I think videos that I recommend, watch Suits. It's a web series. It is so good that it is so good. The English that they speak, the dealings, how to behave, how to speak effectively, how to close deals. It has everything. So yeah, if you, yeah, Suits is the best time. Watch it until you get the language, the confidence, and the way that they speak, the way that they close the deals is completely different. And I recommend to everyone. And watch it until you get it. That's it. Watch it, speak to the people,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll
Tarakam,
get
when
there
I'm going
at
through
one
your
comment.
post,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Tarak, when I'm researching about you a while ago, uh, I found out that we have a mutual habit of talking to random people at random places.
Hmm.
Can you tell why talking to random people at random places add asynchronous value in life?
Okay, so I can give you hundreds of examples. Okay, so like maybe, okay, I haven't traveled this month. Haven't traveled like previous. Okay, let's like 1,000 kilometers. But yeah, like I in August I traveled more than 5,000 kilometers. I went to Bangalore. I went to Kerala. Spent like like 20 days around there, like both combined. So it's like, whenever you travel, you meet some random guy who you never met in your life, and they have some different perspective of their life. Okay, one connection, one email, one message, one DM can change your entire trajectory. So I met a guy in Kerala. Okay, so I was just telling like how my like a view of the life and everything in a beach. We sat in a beach, and I was telling, okay, this is how I look into my life. This is how, like, I all these get the thoughts and everything. He told me, okay, traveling is the best thing that anyone can do. And he told me he met a guy in the airport, and the guy that he met changed his entire trajectory. So now he makes around 7 to 8 lakhs or 7 to 10 lakhs a month. Okay, and he has some good businesses, he has some lot of properties, everything. So he's a really good guy now. But back then he don't have the money. So he met this guy who met on a plane on airport. This guy changed the entire trajectory. The both vibrations matched, and that's how, like, one connection changed your entire life. So he's doing business, he's getting started in that business, and he helped him. And if you just have to be genuine, you just have to be true to yourself, that's it. And you'll get a lot of opportunities if you just ask. And and don't be what think of long term. Don't be thinking of, okay, if I just cheat on him, maybe I get 10 lakhs. But that cost of cheating, you getting 10 lakhs, is not worth in next 5 years, because if we both work, we might get even 10 crores each. Okay, you understand? So most people don't think that much of long term, and they just get greedy for the small bounties that they get. But there's a hell lot of bounty out there who's just waiting. But it's consists of persistence. You have to be patient, and that's how it works actually.
Trust is the number one thing is to build with people
Yeah,
to,
like
to gain
trust
long-term
is
returns.
yeah, trust is something that once you lost it, I think it's rare, very very rare to come back. I Yeah, I trust very very few people. And I often read books about knowing about the people, how human nature, psychology. Even, like, I had this like dark psychology. So I just read about them, and so it's like it's completely different. And you can kind of sense what kind of this guy, what he's thinking, by the habits, by the eye contact, by his body language, everything. So it's not that hard, I would say, what their intentions are. Until they're very very good at it, you can easily understand them, and you can see if we can work together or for a long time or not. And if not, then it's always better to leave the train before it's too late.
Yeah, man. Yeah, true. Can you talk about the guys that you are working in Dealmate?
The team, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, team.
How what's the
Okay.
team size?
Now, 4.
Okay. Talk about them.
I just want, yeah. So we want to be very very small. Like, I don't like, personally don't like having a lot of people working on different things. So I always want to have a very very small team who are working and take the full responsibility. So, like, I'll say, like, how we work. So we only have meeting on Tuesday. On the no days, like, we have the meeting, like the team meeting. If there is something personal, if we have to collaborate to each other, we do have a meeting, but the team won't join. Only Tuesday evening we have the meeting, and everyone takes the responsibility of the one particular thing. Okay, if someone takes the entire backend, and their responsibility is to build the backend very perfectly, and that's their end goal, that's it. Someone will take maybe the front end job, someone will take the integration part, someone will take maybe like operations part, something like that. So that's how we work, and that's how, like, uh, where, like, they have a lot of freedom. I don't text them, I don't call them meeting unless there is something adding value to them. Otherwise I even cancel the meeting, saying that, okay, why we need this meeting right now. If it can happen in text, then just go with the text. So it's like, I need to spend the time, you need to spend the time. And like maybe I'm not in a mood to the meeting, maybe I don't even listen if you say, but if there is a text, maybe whenever I get back to it, maybe I can read it. Maybe whenever I was in good mood, working mood, maybe I just go back to the text and read it, maybe finally understood. But in meeting we often forget. So yeah, that's how we work. And yeah, the team is 4 members, like all are men right now. So everyone works at their own pace, at their own time, and they bring the best, I feel.
Hmm. How did you found these guys? Like these are the best guys that I can work with.
uh, that's a good question actually. So it's about the interest, okay, the genuine interest. I always love the people who ask me a lot of questions. If they don't ask me questions, then I feel like, okay, this is not a guy that we really want. If I came up with an idea, if I came up with some new thing, then I want them to argue with me. I want them to question, okay, why you need this, why we need this, what's the purpose of this, okay, what happens if we do this. So if you ask questions, means you care about it.
Hmm.
Okay, and if they don't ask questions and they just say yes, okay, we'll work on it, then you just need to think about your team.
Got it, man.
And you just need to ask every review. If something like we had this random idea a few days back, and I wrote a full document and asked all the questions, all their thoughts in the chat. And most of the people, like, the team gave their perspective. Okay, what happens, what do you think about if we do this, what happens if something happens like this. So they just give their own point of views, and we'll just ask, is there any questions. So something like where we have this some sort of contribution and matching the energy, that I would say.
Hmm. Got it. Even I asked this question from my friend Gautam, who is guest on my podcast a while ago, and he's the chief, I mean security officer of some company, Japanese company, and he interviewed a lot of people, IIT guys, and he's just 20-year-old. Then I asked him, I mean, what is that one thing that you look into people while you are interviewing and you select them with that one thing? Then he just, without thinking more than half a second, he just replied, if I ask a question which he don't know, if I if in the end of the if the end of the interview, if he asks for the answer, I definitely hire him, because he is curious about the thing that he don't know. That's the thing that we wanted. I mean that the company wanted or he wanted, because most of the people are not curious. If the person is curious, he can learn anything and he can work on anything and he can take responsibility. So that's what he said.
Yes, it's true, definitely.
Yeah, I think curiosity is a superpower in this era, I guess.
Yeah, curiosity, as well as we should align the energy, that's it, okay. like Startup or anything working, which means, like, we often go through hard times. And like it's difficult, it's not like easy, okay. We just sitting in a podcast and maybe talking something like this, but in the background it's so hard, okay. It's a lot of pressure and everything falls apart, and you have to be optimistic even you can't see any light. You just have to optimistic. You, like, the team has everything believed in you, and just have to, like, take the responsibility and motivate the team, motivate everyone to stay and work hard and everything. It's so hard actually. And yeah, it's the curiosity, it's the interest, the, like, energy matching thing. And they should have that interest, they should work. If they don't have interest in working hard, you can do thousands of things, but he won't convince. If he is not willing to hard work, you can do anything but he won't work hard. That's I can promise.
Tarak, there is two interesting questions that had popped up in my brain a second ago. Can you explain how will be the situations in startup world when nothing is going right? I mean, you have been in startup world
Yeah. So
quite
yeah,
a lot
I'll
of
tell
time
you.
than me, right? Yeah.
Most of the
Can you
times,
tell me the worst situation that you have ever faced?
worst fit situation. I think I don't call it as I never felt any worse because I till now maybe till now, yeah, I faced hard times. I faced a lot of mental pressures, a lot of pressures. But I think you said right, falling apart, which means like working in a startup means you are taking the risk. Okay, you just need to decide before you getting on a train, and a lot of times it will be hard. Nothing will work out. You just need to work months until you see something, and it's really hard actually. Most people think it's a cool, you are own boss, you don't have to work,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
it's 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 really hard. You don't have anyone to tell what you do. You don't have some sort of trajectory, some sort of roadmap, something. You just go this or do this, you will get something. There's nothing. You just have to experiment, and it is limited to very few people. And it's a journey, I would say. Like uh, some people will love it, some people will hate it, but at the end of the day, even if you do the job, even if you like run a startup, even if you maybe do something else, the only thing that is okay, what you are doing with the time that you have, are you enjoying it, are you spending it wisely, doing the things that you love, and just take care of your basic needs. Even if you do the job, what you really, if you do the job, maybe you're getting like 1 lakh rupees. Maybe you're if you need to live in a city, which means your rent will go out. You just need to go out and socialize because you're working in a company, your colleagues will come, and all these expenses, everything will be gone. Maybe you might having a 50,000 rupees. And if you can run a startup where you can work full time on Monday to Friday, and on the weekends, if your skill, since you're running a startup, you met a lot of folks, maybe to get that 50,000 that you thinking, having that money, to cover all the expenses, you can make that 50,000 by working on Saturday and Sunday. And on the weekdays you really enjoy what you do, and on the weekends you earn the money by actually knowing what to do. And I think that's the best way that I can say. You can utilize the weekends, as well as you enjoy what you do by on the working days.
Great, man. Why it is important to read books for someone who is watching?
One, okay, so I spent thousands, maybe like more than 25,000 on books, maybe 20 to 25,000 on books completely.
Per
Like I
month?
have a lot of books, not per month, like till now. Okay, so yeah, so I have a lot of books in my room, in above, and in my village as well. So one thing that I read somewhere, okay, so the guy who is 80 years old wrote his entire life. So it's a small story. He he wrote his entire life. He's very successful. He wrote it down, how he did it, what are the mistakes that he has done. He has gone through his entire experience. With 80 years of experience, he wrote the entire book, and he's selling it for 200 rupees. He's 80 years of experience. And if you don't buy that book, then I think I don't know, what to call. So he's giving his 80 years of experience. He's very successful. He's earned a lot of money. He had a lot of fame, and he made a bunch of mistakes, and he told how he made it, how you can't make it. And he read it everything. He wrote it down everything on a book, which costs you maybe a pizza. If you're in city, it might want to give you a good pizza. And if you don't buy it and read it, then I don't know, like it's up to you. Like it's a choice time, right? So if you want to read books, maybe you buy it. If you don't want, then like everything is a choice in life. So that one thing that kept me pushing. And yeah, I often, whenever I have the money, I just buy the books. Maybe yeah, like most of the times, I reread the books rather than starting new books. I even have like I think 10 to 15 books I haven't even started. Maybe some random idea, random thought that made me to start again. So but yeah, like I reread the books most of the time that I read. And yeah, like million dollars ideas can be found in 20 bucks of books. So if you can spend like 200 rupees on a book which doesn't cost you much, I think most people can, 99.99% of the people who are watching this who has a smartphone can afford it. Even if you can't afford it, there are like bunch of websites online where you can get the free PDFs and you can read it. There are like hundreds of successful wrote their books, wrote their life how they did it, and if you don't read it, then you just I feel like you're missing something.
I mean, Ali Abdul says this: books are the cheapest bargain that mankind has ever seen. Like, look at in a perspective. I mean, Bill Gates giving you a lecture for 9 hours straight with just 200 rupees. Like, look at his valuation. He costs around $1 billion rupees. Per hour, he cost $1 million. He's giving you a lecture dedicatedly for you for 9 hours straight with the cost of 200 rupees or 200 or whatever 1000 rupees.
Like some books some books that I've read, I feel like author is just sitting next to me and talking to me. So there are some amazing books. Yeah, it's a good experience, and I feel like it improves your thinking, your decision making, as well as your imagination. So you can't really read the book until you imagine something, what's going on, okay, what happens next, then your decision making. Those are two things that really matters.
Now, what's your daily routine? Weekly as well.
Okay, so I woke up around 7:30 to 8,
Okay.
and the first thing in the morning I do some body stretches. Then I just, no matter what, I need to have chai. Okay, so I need to drink tea no matter what. So I'll drink the tea, I'll have the breakfast, then I'll sit and write what I want to do today for 15 minutes without any distraction. So I write whatever that comes to my mind, not only what I need to do, but I have a feeling, okay, today I feeling having some bit of off, having a little bit of headache. Maybe I was thinking to do this. Maybe if I have the time, maybe I was just thinking maybe to have a conversation with someone. So I just write whatever that comes to my mind for 15 minutes straight. Then I'll just take that entire thing and maybe make it a to-do list, and make the top three priorities and top three non-priorities, like which if there's a time which can lead to, then I'll try to finish the top three priorities first. Then if I have the time, if I have the feel like doing, then I'll do the another top three, another things, the other task, anything. And after that, maybe in the evening I'll go to walk for some time. I talk to my family, then I'll go to gym, then I come back and work until I feel like working.
Mm-hmm. At what time you end up your work?
That's how my, it depends. Sometimes it depends actually. Sometimes it end up like 10 p.m. Sometimes it may go up to 3 a.m., 2 a.m. So it completely depends upon the curiosity that I have.
What are the 3 books that you recommend for the people who are watching us?
Okay, maybe can I know the more details, like who are watching? Maybe the students, maybe someone who is working.
Yeah, he's a 20-year-old living in Andhra Pradesh, thinking to lead a better life in terms of money, wealth, happiness.
Okay, if I think the first book that I recommend is Almanac of Naval Ravikant. That's a one to go. Like I read it like 8 times now. I even gifted to few people that book. That is really one good book. Then how to live a better life. Okay, I think the Fast Lane Millionaire It's a really good book. It shows you the reality, like how you can actually make the money, and how the, like, the internet thing, how you can actually build a business that scales everything, fast lane, slow lane. It shows you the reality. Okay, if you took the slow lane, how the life is. If you took the fast lane, how the life is. So it gives a random hundreds of examples, and it's a good read, I would say. And the monk who sold his Ferrari, I think that's really good, because that book not only tells you about having the money, but also having the purpose, and doing something that have a deeper meaning, not only just doing the things for the like things sake. So you just need to do something that has some meaning, some purpose behind it. So yeah, those are my three books, I would say. And there are many, but it depends upon the situation, it depends upon the thing. But the overall, Wealth and Happiness, Almanac of Naval Ravikant, to get the mindset, to know exactly how, like, until you really see it, you can't really tell, okay, whether it's the path is good or not. And the Millionaire Fast Lane shows you exactly the reality of the slow lane and the fast lane. It's a good read book. And The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, it's a wonderful book, that it's talk more sort of, about life. What's the purpose, what's, like, why you are here, and what's the purpose of having a lot of money. So at like, at our early age, everyone's thinking, okay, I need to have a lot of money, I need to have a lot of crores of money, I need to have this car, that car, and everyone thinks. But while we grow, and based on our society, based on all the environmental changes, our brain like, stimulates, triggers, and acts based on the environment that we have. And that's how it is. And the book, it will like keep you thinking, like, what exactly you really need in your life. Okay, right now I was living in a villa. Okay, so it's like 4 bhk, and I think 3 halls are there, very, very big villa. And I spend my 95% of my time, everything in the small room. Okay, just a small bed. It's like maybe 9 feet width, and 7 feet like height, and that's it. So I spend my 98% of my time. So I just did, whatever, like, I told I write a lot, so I was just having this thinking, okay, back then I used to have I need to have a very big house. Then now I'm living in a very big house, big villa. Then I thought, okay, so I am spending 98% of my time here, I'm sleeping here down, and I'm working here. Maybe I'll just go to kitchen, maybe, like, eat something, and I could just go out for a walk and come back. I never went to up, and I never slept somewhere else. So it's just a thing that I just want, but I don't really. Maybe it's something that may be attracted by watching someone else's home, but what I truly, if until it is useful for me, so I'm just now experiencing it. I'm spending most of my 100% of the time in the kitchen, in the hall somewhere, and in the small room. That's it. So which means then I decided, okay, that's a complete bullshit, that I need a very big house. I just need a home where I can sit peacefully and work. I can have some better place to cook, and maybe some sort of, maybe I can see some nature. That's it. That's how that I need. I don't really need a big house.
Yeah. Do you live alone? Correct.
Yeah.
Man, I just wrote a LinkedIn post. This is what I think of. All of my desires are acquired from social media content. So I deleted all the social media content. So I written out all of my desires that I currently have, and all of them were acquired by some social media guru talking about them and showing off. Then I just deleted all my desires that I have currently and made up happiness as my only desire a week ago. And it just changed my life.
Yeah, so I was just having this random thought, okay, today. So I'm just having some thought experiments that I do. So I was just thinking, okay, now if I work hard, I earn a lot of money, maybe for 5 years. Then after that, maybe I can travel anywhere I want to go. or I can work along and I can travel a lot. I was just considering buying a caravan maybe next year. Next year, in 1.5 year, I'm buying a caravan. So I was just thinking, okay, so it's a complete kind of a random weird thoughts that I had. So I was just thinking, so if I work hard, maybe for 5 years or 10 years, maybe I can earn a really good amount of money. But after that, what happens if I don't have the time? What happens if my like the thinking everything changes and start chasing more and more money? And what if I lose the interest of traveling truly myself solely?
Mm-hmm.
Or what if I had a girlfriend, or maybe if I had a marriage, maybe I need to take them as well, and that would be a responsibility. So if I'm solo travel, maybe I can sleep under a tree or on a bench or anywhere, right? And I can eat anything that I got into. But if I'm with the family, if I'm with someone that I loved, then it's complete different story. So I feel like I thought, okay, I just wrote it down everything, and I thought, okay, this is the best time where you can travel. Maybe you can work, you can just work 3 to 4 hours a day even if you travel, and you can work and you can travel more, and you can earn money as well as. And whenever you went, whenever you energy, whenever you're single, uh, just travel, just meet new people, and that's the best like thing that anyone can do.
Yeah, in their 20s.
In their 20s most probably. If in 30s, in the teenage, yeah, specifically in teenage, like after 25, most people having considering having a relationship, and marriages, everything comes up. But yeah, once the marriage, or having a children, that adds responsibility. So you can't let your children sleep on a bench, right? So you need a proper hotel. And if you're not financially I think one of the best things is, you enjoy a lot when you have less money
Yeah.
while you're traveling, where you find the real experience. So you get onto a local train, you get into local buses, you sit on a random autos, you don't even know the language of that, and it feels so good.
Yeah. And I went to a very low budget travel, even though we have a very lot of amount in our bank account. One of my friends just said, we want to experience he wanted to experience life, so we don't want to spend too much money, and we just want to experience life, so let's sleep on roads. This is what we did for 1 week in Kerala, in Coimbatore, and it's the best experience in life I ever had. We just slept on railway stations, just slept on roads beside, and trust me, it was one of the best ever experiences in my life. Even though I mean, when I spend a lot of money in travel, for hotels, for food and everything, it it didn't give me that kick when I'm traveling with zero budget, with my friends who I enjoy with. And it gave me a lot of perspective about life. I can live with literally zero money as well.
Yeah, you can leave it actually. Life is so simple. We just make it a bit complicated, having all these materialistic goals and everything. But yeah, it is simple. You can live. You just need food, you just need shelter to live, and a peaceful mind. So if your mind is peaceful, you can live anywhere in this entire world. You just need to have that kind of sort of mindset.
Yeah. So who are your suggestions for content creators? I mean, who are your ideal content creators? If you are a 18-year-old, you would watch them to get good in life,
Okay, if I'm
maybe in terms
yeah,
of wealth
if I'm
and
first
happiness in life.
So first, if I'm the 18 years old, okay, first I start creating content. Okay, first I'll start from my side. It might be some of the worst things, worst videos, worst communication skills, worst editing, whatever the things, but I'll start. Okay, first thing. I think content creators you can follow. Uh, I think who has adding value, who is true to themselves, I would say. Who, it's so hard, man, actually. Yeah, maybe podcasters. I don't remember the names actually. Okay, Stephen Bartlett, you can say, you can take that, Diary of a CEO. So he actually meant, because he's doing a lot of businesses as well. So I think that he's a really good guy. And in terms of podcasts, I think All In podcasts. Those are really good. Tim Ferriss. Those are the podcasters, I would say.
So, what's the best quote that you have ever received, or best advice that you have ever received?
Always be a student. Don't be a follower. Always be a student. Which means, follower means don't just blindly believe what other people said. Be a student, which means do experiment with yourself what others said, and gather all the information and find it out what works for you, and ignore the rest. Some people might say watching the podcast will increase your IQ. Someone said, even I said, okay, Tarak said that watching podcast will increase your IQ. For me, I think differently. I see the podcast in a different way. Maybe for me it might increase my IQ, but for you it's completely different. So don't just be a follower, just be a student, where you listen what I said, and test it with yourself for a week and see if it's working. If it's not working, just ignore. That's how you should be in this digital world, because everyone is telling their perspective. Okay, I say, okay, you should travel in your 20s, because at my financial situation, at my stage, at my skills, traveling is the best thing that I could think. But for someone who don't have a proper shelter, for someone who don't have a food to eat at the end of the day, they can't even think about travel, because their financial condition, their situation, everything is different, right? So the situations, the perspective, everything different from the person to person. So just don't follow whatever the people says. Just be a student, take it what works for you at your stage, at your perspective, and just do it, and ignore the rest, because everything that says is a completely perspective, not the fact. It's not a law that, law of attraction, law of gravity, where you can throw 100 kgs, it will fall down. Even if you throw 1 gram, it will fall down. It's not a law, it's a perspective. That's it. So that's the best advice, I would say.
It was great talking to you. I
So
appreciate the efforts, man, and thanking for being so patient when the Wi-Fi sucked up on my side.
yeah, it's fine. Even I host a podcast, right? So sometimes guests will get out, and it's a hell of problem while doing it online. But that's where, the location freedom comes. So you just have to accept it about, like, the internet, everything. So it's fine. But yeah, thanks for having me here. So